and welcome to my keto kitchen. I'm Victoria. Today we're going to make breakfast quiche. I wanted to show y'all more recipes with the pastry dough that we made a few weeks ago. So I will link the pastry dough right here. We'll get to that in a minute, but first we're going to make the inside of the quiche. So let's get started. So the first thing that we need is 4 eggs. Next, we need half of a cup of cheddar cheese. We need 1/4 cup of cottage cheese. Now, this part is optional. I am using 2 tablespoons of spinach and half of a cup of bacon bits. Now, we need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And lastly, but definitely not least, Victoria's Keto flour. We need 2 tablespoons. All right, now I'm gonna mix this up. Y'all, this is beautiful. It looks like Christmas. If you're gonna do something for Christmas, did I spill it? Yes, I did. This would work. This is beautiful. This is like red, white, and green. Pour this over into this glass cup. It's better to put it in something with somewhat of a spout so that you can pour it into the little molds that we're getting to now. Okay, so here is the fun part. Right here, I have my pastry dough. Now, that pastry dough, I made the entire recipe and I cut it in half. Half of it is sitting in the fridge and I'm using half for today's quiche. I cut that half into 8 little pieces and then I rolled them into little balls. So I have 8 balls. These are a little bit smaller than a golf ball size. I'm going to say they're more like a ping pong ball. Alright, so I have my parchment paper. I'm going to put this on top of my parchment paper, put one more on top, and I've got a cast iron skillet and some steps, and I am going to press down to get it flat. Perfect. Perfect. It's about this long. It's about this. It's a little bigger than the size of my palm. I am going to do this 8 times. Perfect. Now, I use these parchment rounds all the time. I will link them in the description box just in case you want them. This was a really big pack and I am constantly using these. Alright, so all we have to do is take the paper off of these pressed molds. I am really struggling to get this off. Here is 2 tips. Okay, tip number 1. When you're making your pastry dough, only add 7 tablespoons of water. If the pastry dough does not begin to form a dough ball, just leave it on high until it does. That butter is too cold and then you're adding too much water, which will cause these little molds to stick to themselves and they will not come out nicely. I have to put these in the freezer and let these freeze, because when I made my pastry dough, I had left my butter in the freezer overnight, which was a terrible idea. Only put the butter in the freezer for 20 minutes. I thought I could get a head start on today, and that was a bad idea. So, number 1, only use the 7 tablespoons of water in the recipe when making your pastry dough, and only freeze the butter for maybe 20 minutes. But once you get to 7 tablespoons of water, do not add any more water. Just continue to leave your food processor on high until the butter melts enough to where it begins to stick to the sides and form your dough ball. Number 2, if you're having problems like I am at the moment, put these back in the freezer. Put them in the freezer, let them get super, super cold. Then bring them out, take them apart, and put them in the molds. Okay, if they're wanting to stick here and they're not wanting to come off smoothly, they're gonna have to go into the freezer. And it's my fault because I overfroze my butter and then I added an extra, I think it was 2 tablespoons of water in my pastry dough. Bad idea. Do not do what I did. Okay, so once you can get them off, you just put them into the little muffin mold and press it down in whatever shape that you want it to look like. Okay, here we go. We have 8 quiche molds. Now, I am going to take this, I probably need a spoon, and I am going to fill up each one of these molds. Perfect. That perfectly fills up 8 of these molds. Beautiful. Okay, so these are going into my oven, 350 degrees, probably between 20 and 25 minutes. I'll let you know exactly how long it takes when I come back. Look at this. They look so good. This house smells so good. Okay, so I baked these for 30 minutes. I wanted a nice brown crust. So what I'm gonna do now is while they're hot, I'm gonna take this little knife. It's kind of like it is a butter knife, like it's really a butter knife, but it's a small one. I'm gonna take it down the sides of each one of the quiche, and I'm going to just make sure that it is not stuck to the side so that as it cools, it will come out much easier. My stomach is talking to me. I want one of these so bad. Wonderful. So these are so hot. I'm gonna let these set and cool, and once they're cool, I will come back and tell you exactly what they taste like. Be right back. Look at these. They are so beautiful. Okay, so I videoed them close up. I even cracked one on camera. So now I get to taste it. But I gotta get one more thing. I had to get hot sauce. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love hot sauce on just about everything breakfast related. So I have this one. I've got 2 pieces here. I'm going to eat it first without anything on it, and then I am going to load it up with hot sauce next. My first thought was, this is gourmet. This is so good it hurts. Wow. There is not enough good things to say about this. Now to try it with hot sauce. So good. If you're on keto, I think you absolutely have to have one of these. This is like walking into a super fine restaurant in the morning where they charge you like 30 bucks for something like this, and this will meet that expectation. There is nothing about this that tastes keto. Nothing. Nothing at all. No, nothing. There is nothing about this that tastes keto. This would do fabulous in a restaurant as quiche, period. There is nothing low carb or keto tasting about this at all. None. So good. Wow. Please make this, y'all. This is the best keto breakfast that I can recommend to anybody, anywhere. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up, and you all have a blessed day.